Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you here this morning, and let me bring my comments up so I can watch as y'all come on. Say hello, say where you might be from, and I'm just going to give a moment for everybody to get here. Just going to catch my breath. I've been running around all morning trying to get things done. All right. So I've got a new webcam that I'm using today. So I'm hoping that it works out better than I have been. And it looks like it's fairly clear. So let's just go ahead and get started here. We are 1 minute after 11. And so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And the name of my Facebook page and all is Creating Cards with Debbie. Good morning, Sharon. Glad you're here. We just got started. I'm just going through my introduction. So, Creating Cards with Debbie, and you can shop in my store. Let me bring that banner. It's scrolling across the bottom, I guess. So it's scrolling across the bottom. It's www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And April's host code, if your order is under $150, is HPETHMTC. Can you hear me okay, Sharon? I'm using a new program, so I'm not sure of my settings. Let me know if you can hear me okay and how the picture quality is. I'll just give you a moment to answer. If you need to email me, you can reach me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. If you have any questions or any concerns or just want to email me for anything, just let me know. All right. So let me type that in. Maybe you can't hear me. Can oops, you hear me? Okay. Okay. All right. You can hear me just fine, and the picture is good. Okay. All right. So I guess we're ready to go here then. Glad you're here this morning. Let me catch my breath. Okay. I don't have picture in picture on this one, so I haven't quite figured out the settings to add that. So we're just going to go with the desk view instead. All right. So we've got Paper Pumpkin going on, and let me put that banner up here. It is right here. To sign up for your Paper Pumpkin each month, just go to this website that's showing on my screen. And Stampin' Up! Has been giving us a sneak peek of 3 months in advance. So we've already, April is already not able to get. So you've got until May 10th to get the May Paper Pumpkin, which is the best there is. And it says subscribe by May 10th to sign up for that. It says it makes cards for Father's Day and more to express your gratitude and admiration. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Has pre-cut paper accent pieces and labels, wood grain textures, and masculine earthy tones. The coordinating colors are Wild Wheat, Pool Party, Misty Moonlight, which is the classic stamping spot that comes with that kit, Early Espresso, Crumb Cake, and Basic Beige. And it coordinates with the Country Woods Designer Series paper, which is in our new catalog, which comes out May 1st. So you can also add on the dies that go with that. So these would go with the April kit, the butterflies. And then it's got the hexagon die. That's for May. And then for June, it's got the thanks named dies. I was having a senior moment there for a moment. Couldn't think of what I wanted to say. All right, let me set these over here. All right, and don't forget about our online exclusives. Let me get that Paper Pumpkin banner off of there. Oops. Let me see. Well, bear with me. All right, there. I wanted to put that back up there. And the ticker. There we go. All right. And get my comments back up here so I can watch everybody. Okay, so don't forget about our online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Adds new ones every quarter. So every 3 months, we get new ones. And there's quite a few in there right now. I haven't counted, but I know there's a bunch. Just want to go into my store and click on the online exclusive tab, and it'll bring you up to those. And for May, Stampin' Up! Is doing a Join Today promotion. And it says join today and get new in color products for free. And this is May 1st until May 31st. So that's a good deal. It says starter kit special. Ready to become a demonstrator? When you join Stampin' Up! Between May 1st and May 31st, you'll get 4 of the 2024-2026 in color products in addition to your starter kit for free. And that's an $82 value. It's got the classic Stampin' Pad bundle. These are all the new colors. Then it's got the in color 6x6 designer series paper and the 2024 to 2026 in color cardstock, which is an 8.5 by 11 pack, and also the Stampin' Right markers. So that's an awesome promotion that they're doing. Altogether, you'll get free in-color products plus your choice of $125 worth of products, free shipping, and free business supplies for just $99. Not to mention all the fun of being part of Stampin' Up's creative community. And I'd love to have you join under me. And we have other demonstrators that I'm under that we get to work with every day. So it's an added bonus there. Let me see if anything else is in. Like I said, it's May 1st to May 31st. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I need to tell you on there. No. But anyway, that doesn't start till May 1st, which is coming up really fast. And don't forget that we have our annual catalog. Let me get my pages here right. The annual catalog and the mini catalog are both retiring April 31st, April 30th. 30 days has September, April. Yeah, 30 days, April 30th. So all these are retiring, and you can go into my store and you can find all the last chance products that are retiring, and it's got discounts up to 60%. So there's lots of bargains in there. And this is our new catalog, and this starts on May 1st. I can't open the inside until it goes live on May 1st, but I can show you the front and back of the catalog, and I didn't want to show you my address there. All right, so I think I've got all the news out of the way, and I just dropped a paper, so I better get that before JoJo gets it. And just a second, I gotta go under my desk a bit. There we go. All right. So let me see where I want to start here. We're going to do 3 cards today, and we're going to be using the Fluffiest Friends bundle. And then I brought in some extra stamp sets to use for our sentiments on some of those. So you can get this as a bundle. It's in the catalog, and it's carrying over, so that's a good deal. Is it, or is it? Yeah, it's in the catalog. Well, yeah, it's in the catalog. Had to make sure it wasn't an online exclusive. And you get a lot of dies in here. There's 21 dies. So it's a really cute bundle. I'm going to show you what we did with it today. I'm going to start out with this little card. And I'm going to change up my background paper. So we're going to use different background paper. I'm going to be using, let me take this out. I'm going to use this one as our background instead, because I think this was kind of busy and it kind of took away from my embellishments and everything. So this little bear is sitting there with a jar full of honey, and it says, "It's always a good day." And I haven't put anything on the inside yet, so we'll do something with that afterwards. But let's get started with our first card here. Let me get my bits and pieces out here. All right, I'm going to use a thick basic white, which is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So I've already scored that, and I'm going to get my bone folder here, and we're going to burnish that. And let me see if that's sitting straight. It looked like it was off to the side a little bit. Sometimes you got to force your paper to lay where you want it to. It doesn't always fold quite like you want it to be. Get rid of some noise here. Do I have any other glares on my table? I think I've got them kind of covered. We'll kind of push that over that one. All right, so we've got our Daffodil Delight cardstock is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then we've got our Designer Series paper, which comes from, I better tell you where that comes from. It comes from the Be Mine Designer Series paper, and all the cute patterns here. And this is going to be retiring too. And so you want to get that before it's gone. I did check this morning and it is still available. So, but we're going to be using this design right here. So put that over here. And that's this one right here. So I said that was 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to our card base and have that out of the way. And of course, my choice adhesive is my Tombow glue, or the green glue, or the mono liquid glue, whatever you want to call it. I just call it my Tombow. So I'm going to place that on the center of this and keep it a small edge going around. I don't know why it is, but every time I do a live, my husband's got to be out there with the mower running. It's a guy thing. I know. It keeps him out of the house. All right, we're going to attach this to our card base. And there'll be a small border going around that. It seemed like I burnished that edge very good, so I might have to come back and burnish my fold on my card again. Oh, now he's got the old mower out there running. First he's on the 0 turn, now he's on the old faithful. All right, so we're going to set that aside, and I have die cut our little, I guess it's this little den. Let me just take all these out so I'm not rattling them around. So lots of dies here. We're going to be using this one to cut out, I've already cut out our basic white, and that's this little den, but we're going to bring out our blending brush, and we're going to add some color to that white. And I think I'm going to use the Balmy Blue. So we're going to grab some of that with our blending brush and top that off on our glass mat and bring that over onto our layer to get some color to it. I don't want a lot of color, but just enough to dull that white a little bit. Okay. All right, I feel like I'm forgetting something this morning, but I don't know what it would be. Until told you about our promotions that we've got going on. I told you about the new starter kit promotion going on starting May 1st. I don't know what it would be. Not important. All right, so we're going to close that ink pad up, and I think this is good enough for our background. I'm going to bring over my little cleaning cloth to clean off that ink off of my work surface so I don't transfer it where I don't want it to be. And they're saying that our glass mats are going to come back the end of the year so that customers will be able to purchase it. So it was a promotion going on for new demonstrators, but that ended. I think it was in February, I believe. All right, so this is going to go right here. And I'm going to go ahead and attach that. Okay, we just had somebody pull up in our driveway. I don't recognize the truck. Guess he's going to go talk to Jack. He's out there. All right, we're going to place that in the center. And I think that's straight. You know, I have a problem getting things straight. All right. And I've already die cut. Let's see, I'll show you what I used. For the leaves, I used one of these that cut out both sizes, the small and the large. So there's those two. And then I cut out another large one using just the single leaf, which is there. Oops. I guess those are visible, okay. And then our little tree branch is here, and that's using this little die right here. So this is cut out of the pecan pie cardstock, and the leaves are cut out of our garden green cardstock. So on there. And then our our beehive is really cute. That's cut out with this die, and I cut that out of Daffodil Delight. So we're going to set those pieces aside right there. And do I have any other bits in here? No, that's all. Now I'm going to stamp our bear. I'm going to use my black Memento ink that I've put into my craft stamp pad. And I'm just going to stamp him right about there. And while we're at it, we might as well stamp our sentiment. And I always keep my little scraps that I cut off of my cardstock, and it works real good for stamping my sentiments on. Let me find a size here that I want. And of course, when you're looking for something, you can't find it. And that's a little bit too small. Guess I could use that one and cut it down. I usually have some skinnier ones. Huh. Not today, I don't. I guess I threw them all away. Yeah. Let me get our stamp, and that comes from, I use the It's Always a Good Day that comes from the Lazy Days stamp set. And don't forget that the G block and the, I think it's the H block. Yeah, the H block and the G block are both retiring, so they'll no longer be available after the end of the month. So I don't know why they're retiring this one, because I use it all the time for my small sentiments. close up our ink pad for a little bit. And I'm going to bring over my cutter and I'm going to cut this down smaller. Okay, that looks pretty good. Save that for another one. All right, we're going to start coloring our bear. And ones up here. We're going to be using pecan pie, wild wheat, and sweet sorbet are our colors, our blends. And let me get those out here. Lemon lolly for the honey. And pecan pie. All right, let's start with our bear. We'll start coloring him with our pecan pie. And I start out with my dark. And I think my banner. Let me get rid of my banner there. It's in my way. It's probably hiding some of my picture. All right, I guess that's a little bit better. Made it smaller. All right, we're going to start out with our dark pecan pie. And like I said, be sure you comment when you come on. Hi, Deborah. Oh, okay. You had to switch to your phone. Yeah, these iPads can be confusing. I don't know. I have one, but it gives me fits sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing with it, I guess. All right. So what you missed, you have to go back and watch the replay. We just got started with our first card, so you haven't missed a whole lot. And I'm just putting some shading in here with my dark pecan pie, where Stampin' Up has made our marks at, so it makes it easier to know where to shade at. You just follow all those lines. And I could have colored this little guy ahead of time. It would have saved a little time, but I didn't get it done. So I hope nobody's in no big hurry. And if you are, if you can't stay for the whole program, you can catch the replay later. And I may be a little late getting this put up on YouTube. Well, I think it's going directly onto YouTube, so I don't have to worry about that. I was going to say I had to download it, but I don't think I have to. So I have to run to an appointment after I get finished here today in Hot Springs. All right, now we're going to go with our light pecan pie. And I'm going to use the brush tip on this to kind of get it done a little bit faster. And I was thinking I did his inside of his ears a different color, but I don't think I did. So we're just going to fill that in. Now remember, this bundle is carrying over, so it's going to be still available. You don't have to worry about it retiring or anything. So next week, I think I'm going to start using the new stamp sets that are out. And about that time, the new catalog will be live. Trying to think what next Wednesday would be. Is that the first, or is that, I don't know, I looked at my calendar. All right, so we're just going to color his whole foot that same color, and I'll come back with the dark and touch up his toes. Can y'all hear the lawnmower in the background? Like I was saying, Jack always thinks he's got to mow grass when I go live. Got to be a guy thing. All right, and we're going to color a little bit more there. Sometimes it soaks into your paper, so you have to go back over it to get the shading that you want. All right, so that's our pecan pie we're finished with. Now I'm going to do his nose. What did I do his nose in? Wild wheat, I guess it was the light wild wheat. I did the dark with the outlining. And don't forget to like and share the video too. I see that some of you have, so that's good. Oops, I forgot his hand over there. His paw. Let's bring that light back over here. Kind of hiding on the edge there. So are you liking the quality of my picture now compared to what it was? I think it was my cell phone camera, because I switched to the webcam. I got a new one, and I think it's doing better. So it could be my phone. Maybe I'm due for a new phone, but I didn't want to go out phone shopping. You know how that is. All right, and now we're going to come in with our, this is our dark wild wheat, and we're going to do the honey pot. I'm not going to do any shading on the pot. I'm just going to use the dark wild wheat to color that, so it makes it a little simpler. Yeah, I hate getting new phones because you got to program it all in and hope you don't lose your pictures and your contacts and all that stuff. So it was easier just getting the webcam, and I'm glad that that's working. You can't hear Jack? Okay. Maybe he's away from the house far enough that it's not picking it up. Usually these speakers on this devices is real sensitive where it picks up almost everything. I know you got to have your TV all the way off almost because it'll pick that up. Oops. I've got a call coming in, but I think it's spam. I get so much spam. Got it muted, but it's still vibrating here. Okay, so we're going to go with the dark on the shading with the honey. And I'm going to come back in here with the wild wheat and do that lip of that jar that I forgot. And we're going to go with the light lemon lolly to do our honey. It's a happy little bear here. A big jar of honey he's found. Okay. Oh, I did. Oh, well, I did the jar and the sweet sorbet, but we're going to leave it at that. I wasn't looking at my colors on my sample. That's all right. They don't have to be exact. All right, I'm going to bring over my baby gloss, and we're going to die cut this out. There's sentiment over here. Here's our bear. Get That thing's out of the way here. And here's our die to cut him out with. And I'm going to grab me some washi tape to hold that in place. And you can find this little boho blue cut and emboss machine is in my online store. It's still available, so you can get it in either blue or you can get the white. It comes in handy on my desk for little things like this. I think that's like a 3-inch surface that it'll cut. So most of our dies are that size, so it's real versatile. All right. So here's our little bear. And we'll set this aside for now. Our die back over there. Let's bring our card back over here and start assembling. So here's our tree branch, and we're going to put that along the side here. So let's bring that glue back over here. And see if I can do this without making a mess. Stampin' Up! Has added some new kits to the store too, so you might want to check those out. I got one the other day. It's really cute. It's, what is it called? By Your Side kit. It's dogs and cats. So if you're an animal lover, it's a really cute one. I might do a live and put it together one day so everybody can see what it looks like. So get that on my schedule. All right, now we're going to hang our, what is that, a honeycomb? No, it's not a honeycomb. Beehive up there. And we're going to attach our leaves. So I'm going to start with the bigger ones. And I'm going to put one on our branch. Am I still in the camera? I'm kind of out of it a little bit. And this one's going to go here. And that's our other little green one. It's hiding. There we go. And we're going to put that up there. And for our beehive, I'm using, I know this is a retired stamp set or punch, and it came from, it was a Bitty Blooms punch pack, and there is 4 of them in here, so I've only got the 2 here. But this little circle is a perfect size for the inside of our beehive, and I've got some black cardstock that I've already attached the adhesive sheets to, and I'm just going to punch out a little bit of that to use for our center of our hive. So it doesn't take a very big spot here, so I'm going to look around here and get the best spot. And my lights are kind of blinding me here. I got a glare. Hope I'm in the right spot there with that one. Yeah, it looks good. And then all you got to do is just take that backing off and place that onto our beehive. And I'm going to get my take your pick tool here to grab hold of that. You know, sometimes the fingers don't work. And I'm going to place that right in that center. It's a perfect match. I think it's probably, what size would that be? Well, it looks like maybe a 1/4 inch. It's kind of in between a 1/4 and a 3/16. I'm going to put a dimensional at the bottom of our beehive. And then I'm just going to glue the top part. So it's going to have a little dimension there. So let me take that backing off and add our glue up here. And then we're going to place that hanging from our branch. And hold that a second so it attaches. Okay. And then we can put our bear down, but first, I guess I was supposed to cut some grass, but I didn't do that ahead of time. So let me grab, I might have an extra in here. What about that? Sometimes I throw them into my case. Yeah, I've got some brown ones here. I'm going to use those for my grass. Or you could use green. I used green on my original, but this is going to work. I didn't want to go looking for paper. So we're going to put some dabs of glue on the back of that to hold it. And we're going to run that off the edge. Just a little bit, I guess you can see. And the same with the other side. All right, just a little dab will do ya. You remember that commercial years ago? A little dab will do ya? I think it was a hair gel or something at the time. I'm sure we all used plenty of it. I'm showing my age here. Okay, now we're going to take our bear and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of him. I usually use my take your pick tool to get these off. You know, I'm all butterfingers here. All right, then we're going to place, first I want to stamp my bees. I forgot to do them. They're easier to do before I place my bear down. So I got the bee stamp and bring my ink pad back over here. And like I said, this is our black memento ink I put into one of our craft stamping pads. So it's, I like how it inks up better than I do the regular memento pads. All right, let me see if I got these upside down. No, they're right. So we're going to stamp a few bees swarming around the hive. And yeah, let's put some more up here. I don't know if they'll show under the bear, but just in case. Now these I'm going to color with our dark lemon lolly. I'm just going to color the wings and everything yellow. Make it a little quicker. Back in the camera view here. So has anybody got any big plans for the rest of the week? Here we are, hump day, Wednesday. Won't be long, the weekend will be here again. All right, so we got those colored. That didn't take a real long time. And now we can place our bear down. So he's going to sit right about there, I think. Yeah, there you go, little bear. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to take our sentiment and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to snip off the ends here. I'm going to do this right side at a straight angle, and then I'm going to do the left side at an angle. That's going to go down here. And I'm not putting that on dimensionals. I'm just gluing it down flat. All right, let me see if that's straight. And then I've got our baker's twine, and I've already made a double bow with that, and that's going to go at the top of our hive. And I'm going to use one of our small mini glue dots that come with our paper pumpkins. I think they're a little bit smaller than our mini glue dots are. So with the baker's twine, I want something small that's not going to get goo all over the place. I guess that's a word. And I'm going to trim off that one side and shorten it up a little bit. Okay, so I didn't put any gems on here, any other embellishments except for the ribbon. But I am going to use our Winka Stella and put that on our honey that's in the jar and on our bees. That's going to be all the bling that's on here. And I don't know, the Winka Stella was unorderable for a while. It's finally came back in stock. I guess everybody was having problems getting it. It wasn't just Stampin' Up, but it's finally back in stock again. So if you're in need of some, you might want to put that on your order. Okay. So I don't know if that shows on the camera very well. So there's our first card. It's always a good day. And I didn't put anything on the inside. I'm going to think about what I want to do on the inside. It could be for a birthday or a just thinking of you or anything. So we're just going to leave that blank for now. And this was my original card. See, I think I like this design better than I do this one because this one's kind of busy where you can't see it very well. But I like both. Let me know what you think. Do you like the one I did now or the one that I had as a sample? So they're both cute. Okay, let me get some of my trash out of here so we don't transport it. All right, so oops, I got things sticking to my hand here. Okay, what I want to do next. Let's go with this one. So our next one is going to be a fun fold. Let me move some things out of the way here. Overcrowding going on here. There. All right, our next one is a fun fold. And it opens this way, so like this. And I don't have any sentiment on the front of the card, but it shows a happy birthday on the side. And then on the inside, I said, hope your day is a happy one. So let's get started with that one. Move some things out of here. I'll hide my phone there. Stuck that on top of my phone. We didn't want to talk with anybody. Well, I forgot to do one thing for that. For our previous card, I'm going to do the envelope to match our card. And I've got a piece of Designer Series paper here, which is about 2.5 inches wide by 6 inches. And we're just going to add that to the flap of our envelope just to dress it up a little bit. The new one, yeah. I think I agree with you, Deborah. I do too. It's less busy and it's easier to see everything. I agree. All right, we're going to stick this onto our envelope flap. grab our scissors and trim that off. Don't forget this paper also is retiring, so you want to get your order in and get some before it's gone, because once it's gone, it's gone. And I've been trying to use mine up, so it's a good way to do it is use designer series paper to decorate your envelope flap. So there we have what it would look like. All right, now we can go on to our next card. And I'm going to start out with our card base, which is our thick white. And that measures 7.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then it's scored in the center at 4 1/4 inches. Well, that wouldn't be center, but we'll score it at 4 1/4 inches. I'm going to burnish that. Try not to make too much noise here. And I got to scooch back in my chair before I fall out of it. Don't laugh, Sharon. It would be funny. Okay, and then we're going to switch designer series paper, and this one comes from, it is another one that's retiring, and that's Fresh as a Daisy. And this is marked down to $10. So regular price I think is $12 something, $12.50. So it's marked down to $10. So go into my store in the clearance and you'll find that. And it has all these patterns plus well, where did I, here it is. I want to show you the first 2 pages have like card fronts that you can use. And I'm trying to get it all on the camera. So you just cut these apart and use them as card fronts. Just add your sentiment and maybe a little image to it, but it's pretty well done. You get 2 pages of these plus all these other ones. So, and like I said, that's $10 right now. It's marked down. I know, Sharon. You'd be laughing if I fell out of my chair. Okay, so we're going to bring over our designer series paper. And we've got this pattern. And we've got our Moody Mauve, which is going to be our matte. And we've got 2 layers of Moody Mauve. Let me give you the dimensions. This one is 3 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inch. And this one is 1 inch by 5 3/8 inches. Our designer series paper, which will go on top of this, is 3 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then we've got our other pattern over here, which this has the back side of that. And that measures 7/8 inches by 5 1/4 inches. So I'm going to set that aside. We're going to stamp our happy birthday on there. And let me start attaching layers here. Put a little glue on there. Add this to this layer, the Moody Mauve. And I think I got to scooch this up just a little bit. Trying to get an even border all the way around. And we're going to attach that to our front flap. A little bit more right there. And it's going to go on our front flap, and I'm going to leave a little border going around it. So we'll have a white edge around it. And let me open this so I can see better. It's kind of blending in with my plate here. Push that down. All right, and then I'm going to bring our stamp over here. And this one is Happy Birthday, and it comes from the So Sincere stamp set, which is right here. And this is an online exclusive, so you can find that in the online exclusives. It's got a lot of nice sentiments in here. So, as you're in my heart and prayers just for you. So very proud of you. Hope you're feeling better soon. So thankful for you. Hope your day is a happy one. Your kindness is so appreciated. Be grateful for what you have. Be proud of who you are. Just love spending time with you, and knowing you brings joy to my heart. So there's 11 stamps in there, so it's a very useful one. I think I used it quite a bit. And let's open our ink pad again here, and we shall ink up our stamp. I'm going to stamp this in the center or thereabouts. And we'll close that up. Well, let's leave that open. We're going to hopefully not put anything in it while I'm doing this. No accidents allowed today. And let's attach that to our smaller Moody Mauve. I like saying that, Moody Mauve. All right, and I gotta scooch that over. Okay, so I'm going to throw this out here to you girls that are local. How would you feel about doing a kit class where you'd order whatever kit that you wanted, and we'd all just get together and put them together and just have a relaxing time of it? There's a lot of kits in there now to pick from, so everybody should be able to find something they like. Let me know what your feedback is on that, if it's something you might be interested in. All right, I think I got that a little bit too close. I don't think I can move it over. Can I? Maybe so. Well, what I can do is just cut off a little snipping of that. Hey, there are no mistakes in paper crafting, just challenges to fix the problem. So I'm just going to come in here and just kind of snip off a little bit of that, because I want it to match up to my Moody Mauve. And I think I could snip off just a tiny bit more. I should have moved my Moody Mauve over a little bit more. There, that's better. See? All better. All right, we're going to set that aside. And I have die cut our basic weight using our Stylish Shapes dies. So there's, how many dies are in this one? It's got 15 dies, and it's got the squares, the circles, and then it's got little banners. So another one that I use a lot of. Okay, so we're going to get our scrap paper over here, and we're going to stamp some critters. And I want this one, and this one, and some flowers. So 3 different stamps. We're going to start with our little chicken. And right there is a good spot for her. And our flowers. Now the trucks are being noisy. Sounds like fun? Yeah, I think so. And everybody can pick which kit that they want. Can either put your order in, or that might be the easiest if you put your own order in and get what kit you wanted. And then we'll just figure out a time and date that we can do it. I don't really want to set the date until everybody's got their products already. So in case something's on back order or something. All right, so let's get our blends back over here. Where did I put my cover at? Put the lid on our ink pad, our glue for now. And we'll bring our blends back over here. And we need the wild wheat, lemon lolly, and a petal pink, which this is the light. I'm wondering, let's go with both petal pink, the light on the dark. And then we want our bubble bath for the flowers and the balloon. I think that's all. Wild wheat. Did we get the wild wheat? No. We need the wild wheat for the flower stems. Then I think we've got everything. There's some things around here so I can make room. And we're going to start coloring our, I'm not sure if that's a hamster or a gerbil. I don't really know. One of the two. And I'm just going to use the dark pecan pie, and we're going to do some shading. And I'm going to do his feet using the dark. And maybe his little hands. And get a little bit up here. And I'm not going to do his little cheeks because I'm going to do that with the petal pink. Just his body. And then we're going to come back in with the light pecan pie, and we'll color him in. And I'm going to leave the center of his ears because I want to do those with the petal pink. Give him some pink ears. And I'll do his little nose with the petal or pecan pie. And he's not very big, so he's not going to take a long time to color. And a little more to his head here. All right, and now we're going to bring in our petal pink. I'm going to start with the dark, and we'll do some shading. And I think I'll do his ears with the dark petal pink. And the light petal pink to do the rest of his mouth area here, his cheeks. And the balloon, we're going to do the bubble bath, dark and light. I'm just going to do some shading with the dark. And come back with the light and fill in the rest of the balloon. Okay. And we might as well go on to our flowers because they're right next to it. And I'm going to start with the dark bubble bath. And I'm just going to add a little bit of shading where the centers of these flowers are on their petals. And we'll do the rest of the petal in the light bubble bath. Okay, I didn't took long. And then I'm going to use the dark wild wheat to do the center of the leaves, that little vein there, and also the center of the flowers with the wild wheat. And the rest of the, oops, I don't want that end. Too small of a space here. And the light wild wheat to fill in the rest of the leaves. And I'm going to use the light wild wheat, and I'm going to outline, do a little shading on our little chick. And trying to look at my sample to see where else I did this at. And I'm going to do her beak using the wild wheat. And I'm going to come back in with our dark lemon lolly to color her in. I think she's cute. Baby chicks are so cute when they're all yellow and fluffy looking. All right, got those done. I'll get these out of the way again. And we're going to cut this down a little smaller because we're going to run it through our baby boss again. So it's clouding up out there today. We're supposed to have some rain, I guess. Oh, hi, Alice. Good morning. Glad you're here. And thank you for sharing. Okay. Let me get my dies. I forgot what I was doing here. And we're going to use the little balloon one here. And we're going to, you can't see me on camera here. Move some things out of the way. Maybe you can. I'm going to attach this with our washi tape to hold it in place. I don't want it moving after I got done coloring it all. And our little chick. The flowers have to be fussy cut out, but I've already done those ahead of time, so don't worry. You don't have to sit there and watch me fussy cut it. But the little chick has a die that goes with that, so it makes it easier. And we'll position that on there, right? And hold that in place with our washi tape. And we'll run that through. Okay. And don't forget that after April 30th, Stampin' Up has got some price increases on some things like our cardstock, a little bit everything. So it's, you might want to stock up on anything that you're needing right now and save a little bit. I still have to put in another order and get some things that I need to stock up on too before the price goes up. Whatever we can save is good for us. All right, and like I said, I've already I've already cut out the flowers ahead of time. So here's our little flowers. Let's scooch that out of the way. So let's bring our card back over here and we'll start placing our items on there. And I die cut our grass ahead of time. So that's cut out of the same designer series paper. You can tell it's the same thing. All right, let's take our circle and we're going to start by placing our grass down there first. And let me bring my glue back over here. And a couple dots will do us. And going to place them kind of hanging off the side a little bit. Get it up there in the camera so you can see it. All right, and this one's going to butt right up against that other one. And it looks pretty straight. And now we're going to take our little chubby gerbil or hamster or whatever he is. I'm just going to put glue on his left side and kind of slide it up underneath that grass a little bit. So I'm going to let the balloon hang off the side a little bit. And same with the little chicken's tail, it's going to hang off the edge. So I want to just put it on the one side. And we're going to take her and tuck her up underneath that grass a little bit. And then we're going to place our flowers down. And so I'm kind of debating. I want to put this right there, maybe. I think I'm going to put it closer to our gerbil or our rodent. Yeah, I don't want to cover too much of them either. So let's put them right there. And the same with the little flower. We'll put that next to our little chick. Okay. And now we're going to place this up on dimensionals. Get our dimensionals back over here. I take your pick tool. I'm going to put one right underneath that balloon. And I'm going to place them on the sides because we're going to put a ribbon underneath it. So, well, I need more than that because it's going to sink on me if I don't. Let's put that right there. Another one there. I know I'm not sparing the dimensionals, but I know where I can get some more. All right, now we're going to take our ribbon, which is another one that's retiring, and it's a Sweet Sorbet metallic woven ribbon. And I think it's on, I think it might be discounted, but I don't remember how much it was discounted. So if you want to know, I can look it up in the book. So I'm just going to kind of do some loopy loops here with my ribbon. So kind of back and forth. And we snip that off. And then I'm just going to grab some Scotch tape here, and I'm going to hold that down in place. And then I can take my die here and place over the top of that. But let me use my take your pick tool to pop off those backings instead of struggling with my fingernails. And one more. All right, we're going to place that centered over our ribbon. And it will look something like that. And we're going to use our pastel adhesive back sequins. And I'm going to use the gold ones here. These come with the large and the smaller. And the 3 colors. So I'm going to take your pick tool, and I'm going to grab the gold ones, and I'm going to place 3 on our circle. I'll put 2 at the top and then 1 at the bottom. So maybe right there. Okay, and then on the inside, we're going to stamp, hope your day is a good one. And that comes from oh no, this is a different one. Hope your day is, yeah, hope your day is filled with everything good, and that comes from the Timeless Arrangements stamp set. Bring our ink pad back over here. And I need to clean my stamps, some of them. The photopolymer, to clean them after you used your cleaner, when they start, so they're not sticking to your blocks anymore very well, just put them into a sink filled up with some warm soapy water and wash them and then rinse them off real good. And I just lay mine on a towel, paper towel to dry. And then they're all better, just like new again. So, got a goober in there. Okay, so this is our second card. And I'm also going to take my Wink of Stella, which I misplaced. It's right here. And I'm going to color that balloon, give it some bling. Can never have too much bling. And did I do anybody else? I think that was all. I think that was all I did, was just the balloon. So here's our second card. Happy birthday. Hope your day is filled with everything good. So that's card number 2. And I fell on to card number 3. Oh, we got to do our envelope. I almost forgot it. And again, I got ink all over this. Well, the stamp will cover that. This is about 2.5 inches, 2 1/4 inches by 6 inches. And we're just going to place that onto our flap, and that'll cover my boo-boo there. I guess I must have rubbed up against, oh, I know what I did. I rubbed up against a stamp that was laying there that was inked up. And that'll teach me to clean my stamps before I lay them down. Oh well, no harm done. The stamp is going to cover this boo-boo on the envelope itself, and the Designer Series paper is going to cover that on the envelope flap, so we're all good. No harm done. What is it? My mama used to tell us, don't cry over spilt milk. I don't know, the price of groceries nowadays. I think I probably would cry. Hate to even go in the grocery store. All right, so there we got that. And I had an extra scrap in there in case I needed it. So there's our envelope flap to go along with our card. Very pretty. Yeah, that's our saying. It'll be okay. Okay, so our third card. Let me get these out of the way before I have more accidents. My ink. Let me clean them. Maybe that'll help. We've got time here, so let's clean a few of these. And this is just my Simply Chamois, and that's how I clean my stamps. It's just water. You just rinse it out when it gets kind of dirty. And this is stained. It's clean, but it's been stained from our inks and stuff, but it still works just like it did when it was new. There's no chemicals, and it's very economical. Yeah, that one I haven't used. This one needs cleaning. All right. And this one. Okay, do I have another one over here hiding? Yep. Got a couple over there hiding. You don't want to see my desk right now. It's a mess. That's how I work. I always have just a little space that I work in, and everything else is cluttered. Okay, so card number 3 is this one. It says a card to say hello. And we're using the kitty in this one. And I got ink on my fingers. And on the inside of this, we have hope your day is filled with everything good. So let's get started with that one. I've done a lot of the prep work, but it's going to save a little bit of time. That always helps. Get all my bits over here. We need that one. We need the cat. Here's the cat. The flowers. And the sentiment. A card to say hello. Okay. 3 stamps. And then we need our supplies. It's our envelope. Okay, our card base is our thick white again. And that's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And I've got ink all over my fingers. Okay, so it's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches and scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And we're going to burnish that edge with our bone folder. And we'll set that aside. And then we've got, where'd I put my instructions? Ah, they're in the back of my card. It might help if I have my instructions to know what I'm talking about. And she doesn't want to sit up there. Let me scooch some things here, make room. Okay. Okay, we've got our thick basic white for our card base. Is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And then we've got sweet sorbet, which is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And this is one of the colors that are retiring also. So you might want to stack up on last year's in colors. All right. And then I've taken a Daffodil Delight, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I've embossed it with the Time Worn type 3D embossing folder. I don't know. I guess you can kind of see it on your camera. It has words in there, but you can't really read them. I can read harvest and maybe a couple in there that I can read, but it's not meant to be able to read it. It's just for decoration. So that's going to go on to our sweet sorbet layer. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And when you emboss a layer of cardstock, you want to make sure you get it up against the edge so it grabs hold, so your edges don't lift on you. So we're going to attach that to our sweet sorbet, leaving a small border going around it. And with the liquid glue, you're able to scooch it around if you need to, which I usually do because I don't get it straight the first time. All right, now we're going to put this onto our card. Well, let's put our other layers on there first. I have a basic white layer, which is 1 1/2 inches by 5. All right, by 5 1/8 inches. And I'm going to cut those in 1/2 inch sections, but this has been embossed using the Distress Tile 3D folder. And you can kind of see it. And I've already cut those in 1/2 inch increments. So those are going to go down on top of this layer. And we're going to place them down and leave just a tiny border in between each one and a small border on the one side. So we're going to glue those down first. You might want to put a little extra glue on this because you got embossed layer on top of it, another embossed layer. So sometimes it takes a little bit to attach them. Glue on me, ink on me. Wouldn't be a crafter if we didn't have glue and ink on our fingers. See if I can't get that off. It's sticking to my paper. I'm rubbing my fingers together trying to get it to come off. Okay, now we're going to add the next layer. I'm going to turn it this way so I can have a better view of it. And we're just going to match those up and leave just a small space between them. Oh, my nephew got married last night in California. And so my brother sent me pictures of the newlyweds. I gotta say, my nephew sure is a handsome young man. He's in the Army, and so is she. So he's stationed in New York, but her parents and family are in California. So that's why they had the wedding there. Very proud of him. He's turned out to be quite a young man. Okay, we're going to attach this to the front of our card now and make sure my opening is the right direction. And leave a small space going around again. Okay, we set our card aside. This is what it looks like so far. But we're not done yet. I die cut 3 circles using our Stylish Shapes dies. And I used this one here. It's not the largest one. It's the second to the largest. And I die cut 3 circles out. And I did one with that pattern. These are all out of the Be Mine. Yeah, let me grab that back over here out of the Be Mine 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And I'm using this pattern out of there. So, and a Sweet Sorbet circle and a white circle. Let me put that back in there so I don't lose it. All right, now we're going to get our scrap paper over here and we're going to do some stamping. And bring my ink pad over here. Whoops. Getting a little sidetracked here, so sorry about that. We're going to stamp our cat and our flowers. And our sentiment, which I need another strip. I'm going to go with this one and our sentiment, a card to say hello. And did I mention that that comes from Sending Smiles, I think it was. Yeah, Sending Smiles is where that comes from, a card to say hello. And we're going to stamp that in the center of our scrap paper. Close up our ink pad before we get our fingers into it anymore. And close up our... All right, I'm going to set that aside a minute and I'm going to start assembling my circles on here first before we do any coloring. And that one's going to go there, and this one down here, and this one right about there. So let's bring our glue back over here. slip that out. And we're going to slide that up underneath there. And we're going to attach this one. And I'm not using dimensionals on these. I will add some to our white circle when we're finished. And right about there. And I'm going to wait with the white circle until we're done with our cat and everything. So I'm going to bring out Red Granite, no, Smoky Slate. And I use Sweet Sorbet on the flowers, but I've already colored those and fussy cut them out already, so save a little time. Let me find my other one. Okay, I've got to fussy cut one out. Okay, so we're going to color a cat, and Wild Wheat is the flower pot. So I'm going to go with the dark Smoky Slate and do some shading again with our cat. Just follow the lines that our image has already given us. And am I in the camera? Yeah. Maybe you could push up a little bit. Be sure that you like and share the video. And I might even do a drawing at the end, and somebody's going to win one of these cards. So I'll announce it next week. So be sure that you share to be entered in that. Okay, now we're going to go with the light Smoky Slate. And I'm going to fill in this kitty cat. I think I need more colors out here. I forgot about the flower and the flower pot here. So we're going to grab those out again. Well, it's probably not fun watching somebody coloring. I should have had these done ahead of time. All right, we're going to go around that flower. Try not to get ink in there where it doesn't belong. And let's do the foot. These smaller places, and I'll bring out the bigger end of our blends. Okay, well, around that flower pot so I don't get ink on there. Let's pull off this brush end and pour the rest of them in. Save a little time. Alrighty, fill this face a little bit more. Yeah, let's do his tail a little bit more there. Okay. Now we're going to do, we need some petal pink for his ears. I'm going to do the dark petal pink. And his nose and his mouth, our petal pink, and sweet sorbet and wild wheat. So we're going to do the dark sweet sorbet for the flower. And I should have done the light too, but I think I'm just going to stick with the dark sweet sorbet. Only got the one flower there. And the dark wild wheat. Oh no, I used Parakeet Party for the leaf. Let's go with the dark Parakeet Party for the leaf. And then the dark wild wheat for the flower pot shading and the center of the flower. And then the light wild wheat. I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit to do this. It's like sitting there watching paint dry. When somebody's coloring, you guys sit there and watch them. Okay, I think I've got all the coloring done. And now I'm going to get the cat dye. And place that on top of him. Go ahead and tape up here. That one right here. Bring our machine over here. Where's my plate? There they are. They were hiding my plates. And I'm going to cut that down smaller. Not to shake the camera too much. And get our plates out of the way. So there's our cat. Guy over there. And I've already cut those out, but I need to cut this one out. So it shouldn't take me long once I find my scissors in this mess here. And I'm going to fussy cut around our flower. And I always leave a white border around. So you don't have to be real precise because it's on the white that's going to blend right in there. So in fact, I don't really have to be real precise on this. It's going to sit on the white paper. But let me cut out the petals. There. Let's see that a little bit. All right, and we're going to bring our card back over here, and we're going to see how we're going to place these. I'm going to put that there. This flower is going to go over there, and this little guy's just going to have the one flower. So let's go ahead and attach him, her. Place him down there. I'm going to put it towards the top a little bit because we're going to put a bow down here. I don't want interfering with our image. So let's take this single flower and place that right next to her. And then I'm going to add a dimensional to just the one side. So right here. Get that off. Oops, add some glue. And we're going to place that over our other two circles. And this flower we're going to place over here on this red circle, the sweet sorbet circle. And I think I'll put it down a little bit. And then we're going to take our sentiment, and we're going to cut that down. So I'm going to snip off that end, and I'm going to put a card. And I'm going to cut that down a little bit. Make it a little smaller. No measurement, just snipping. And that's going to go up here on the sweet sorbet layer. And with this one, we're going to cut that down a little bit too. I should have had a smaller strip of paper. Place our glue on there, and we're going to place that at the bottom here. And then I've made a bow using the sweet sorbet. This is the bordered ribbon, and this also is retiring, so you might want to get it in your order while it lasts. And like I said, I've already done the bow, which has kind of gotten scrunched up a little bit here. See if I can redo it there a little bit. And I'm going to use a regular mini glue dot because this is a little heavier ribbon than what our twine is. And place that onto our mini glue dots. And then we're going to place that just below our kitty, right at the edge of our white circle. And I'm going to trim off our tails a little bit here. Look at all our scraps here. And then we're going to embellish this using the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And these are marked down to $4.50 in my store. So it's got 3 different sizes, but I've only got the 2 sizes left and then a couple of the smaller ones. So I've used a few of them. But I'm going to take the large ones, and we're going to grab 3 of those and place onto our circle. Where'd it go? There it is, next to our cutie. And 2, and then another one. I always do odd numbers. So I'm going to put them right there. I debated about moving it, but I like it there. All right, and now for the inside of the card, we're going to have another layer of our designer series paper that matches this one. And that is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and then a basic white that is 3 1/2 inches by 4 3/4 inches. And got something on there. So I'm going to stamp our sentiment on the inside, which is, hope your day is filled with everything good. So we're going to bring out that same one that we used in the previous one. And our black memento. And we're just going to stamp that centered at the upper top of it, upper portion. And I want my flowers again, where did they go? Well, I haven't lost my flower stamp. Where is it? I got this. Things have disappeared. Oh, they're right there. These are going to go at the bottom. And we'll close up our ink pad. And I'm going to color our flowers. So let me put the cap on my glue for a minute. out of the way. And on my sweet sorbet for flowers, I'm just going to stick with the dark. Just color our leaves in. Everybody's quiet. Are we concentrating? And I'm going to use my Clarity. This is the dark. I'm just going to use the dark. Save a little time. Doing the leaves. And then I'm going to come back in with our light wild wheat. And oops, it was stronger than I thought on that one. It came apart. See if I can do this the right way. There. Guess I pulled it too hard. And we're going to tap, tap, tap the centers of those with the light wild wheat. And now we can attach that to the inside of our card. Okay. This is going to go on top of our designer series paper, and I'm going to center that, leaving kind of an equal edge around it. And let me see. Trying to get it straight here, which my eyes are playing tricks on me here. All right, I think that's fairly good. And this is going to go on the inside of our card. And center it again. Okay, got something in there. Get my ink eraser. I don't know if it's ink or if it's something else. Well, maybe something else. All right. So here's our third card for today. A card to say hello. Hope your day. Oops, I got a little fuzz in there, or a cat here, a dog here. Hope your day is filled with everything good. And we got 3 little flowers at the bottom. So, okay. I hope you enjoyed those. And we got to do our envelope again. So this is 2.5 inches by 6 inches. And that's going to be our envelope flap. And you could stamp a critter on the front of it too if you wanted to dress it up even a little bit more. Oops. I want to put it on here, not on my cardstock or my designer series paper. So let's bring that over. Okay, and trim that off. And I've got glue on there, so I'm going to get glue on my scissors. And you just take an alcohol swab and clean that glue off of your scissors. And you do like I do. All right, so here's our third card. And trying not to bump the camera and getting these over here. Here's our second card. And our first card, an envelope. So I guess you can see those pretty good in the camera. So there's our cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them and designing them. And I want to invite you back again next week, which will be, that will be May 1st. Wow, hard to believe. Where's the month going to? Yep, May 1st at 11 a.m. Central Time. So until then, y'all have a good rest of the week. Be sure you like and share the video, and I'll do a drawing of all those that shared, and the winner will receive one of these cards next week. So until then, thank you for being here, and everybody stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you next week, May 1st, 11 a.m. Central Time. Bye.